Even our cereal companies are gaslighting us these days. Yes, our breakfast cereal companies are gaslighting us. If you missed this yesterday, you missed the most enjoyable thing on the entire internet. A guy with a blue check mark named Jensen Karp discovered shrimp tails in his cereal, in his Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And it's gross, and you can see the shrimp tails are covered up in cinnamon sugar. He tweets out, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, he tags them. Why are there shrimp tails in my cereal? This is not a bit. Cinnamon Toast Crunch responds and says, we're sorry to see what you found. We would like to report this to our quality team and replace the box. Can you please send us a DM to collect more details? Thank you. They wants to replace the box. So this guy, Jensen Karp, responds and says, guys, I'm not sure I'm ready for another box. Finding like gross shrimp tails in my cereal, another box is the last thing I want. Cinnamon Toast Crunch responds and says, we understand your concern. We promise you that our team will look into this and get to the bottom of it. But in the meantime, we want to do everything we can to make this right. We need further details. Then they come back, and he keeps joking with them. They come back and say, after further examination with our team that closely examined the image, it appears to be an accumulation of the cinnamon sugar that sometimes can occur when ingredients aren't thoroughly blended. We assure you that there is no possibility of cross-contamination with shrimp. So if you look at the picture, though, they're just obviously shrimp tails. It is not physically possible to make cinnamon sugar look like these shrimp tails. There is cinnamon sugar on the shrimp tails, but it's just very clearly shrimp tails. So then this guy responds and says, okay, well, after further investigation with my eyes, these are cinnamon-coated shrimp tails, you weirdos. I wasn't all that mad until you tried to gaslight me. Then the cereal company offered him some coupons for cereal, and the saga has been on pause there. This is not to go after Cinnamon Toast Crunch, even for putting shellfish in people's cereal. That's unfortunate, but one suspects they didn't do that intentionally. Maybe some little rodent dragged them into some cereal vat or something. I don't know. Accidents happen. It's a pretty gross accident. It's probably going to have me pausing on eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch for some time. It's a good cereal. But the real issue here is the gaslighting. We've actually been talking about this for several days now. The late conservative philosopher Roger Scruton, he said, civilization requires confession and forgiveness. I need to be able to say when I've done something wrong, and you need to be able to forgive me. And I need to sacrifice my pride, and you need to sacrifice your resentment, and we both sacrifice something that we cherish, and then we move on. In our present culture, you might call it a cancel culture, you can't ever admit that you're wrong. I actually have some sympathy here for Cinnamon Toast Crunch, because there is no forgiveness in our culture anymore. So the natural inclination here is to say, no, that's not true. It's not, whatever you're seeing, it didn't happen. That is a culture of gaslighting, where we're not even allowed to acknowledge basic truths. This is true in our politics more broadly. If you say that a man is not a woman, to go back to this kind of most obvious example, that is something that no one is allowed to acknowledge in our culture anymore. We're not allowed to acknowledge basic truths because of the implications they might have. We're all so on the defensive. We can't even call the shrimp tails in our cereal like we see them. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the subscribe button so everyone wading through the wasteland of YouTube knows that we've got the absolute top content out there.